What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of NBA action here on Tuesday, April 8th. We're going to break down every NBA game tonight. We're going to look at bets on the side and over-under, and make sure you're checking that pinned comment throughout the day to see if there are any changes as injury news and player availability is confirmed. Guys, we are barely making it through this one. Big shout out to Dayquil and to Ibuprofen. You are not sponsors of this show. Maybe you should be. In terms of a recap, not very many of the games are finished. We're actually in a unique situation where we're able to record early because there are only 2 NBA games there on Monday. Right now, the MLB slate isn't off to the best start for us. We've had the Dodgers minus 165, and thanks to a bullpen implosion, it looks like they're fairly unlikely to win that game, but it's not over yet. The other games we had in the pinned comment, no real idea how those are going to end because they have not even started yet. Guys, do me a big favor. If you appreciate me making this video, even though I am sick as a dog, slam that like button. It's free, helps me out a ton, shows your appreciation for all the free information. Think of it as tipping, but here it's absolutely free. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. It'll help keep you from missing our daily videos. Comment below with any bets you're looking at today or any other feedback you have for me, and I will personally respond. Quick reminder, all of our videos are sponsored by StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily college basketball, NBA, NHL, and UFC picks. And Major League Baseball, our most profitable sport over the last 3 years in a row, is off to a fantastic start to the season. Bro went 3-0 yesterday in the premium picks, like I recapped in the video for yesterday. But yeah, we'll see if he's able to keep that hot run going. Dude is off to a fantastic start, guys. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll have access to exclusive free picks, free to use bet size calculators, and our premium top confidence picks, which, as I say in every video, guys, might not always match what you see from me here. Also, guys, get over to StumpTheSpread.com and sign up for our free email newsletter, which will get you free picks straight to your inbox every day and updates on our results. Just make sure to check your spam folder. And guys, that's very valuable. I think there will be Masters plays coming out for that very soon if you're interested in betting in golf. All kinds of good stuff in that email newsletter. If you're a huge fan of what we do here every single day, sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Channel members get exclusive early access to all of my videos and get their names up on screen in every video. But more importantly, you get access to our monthly members only giveaways. We'll be giving away a Stump the Spread hoodie to one random channel member here on April 20th. As always, our favorite picks will be in the pinned comment down below. Now let's dive into our first game of the night. We got the Memphis Grizzlies going on the road to take on the Charlotte Hornets. Obviously, guys, Memphis, a team with a lot left to play for, and they are playing pretty well. I mean, they come off of a win in this game. They've won their last, what is it up to? Yeah, just 2 in a row, but they're currently in the 8th seed, but they are tied with the Timberwolves, the Warriors, and the Clippers, and almost tied there with the Denver Nuggets. So, honestly, from 4 all the way down to 8, fully up for grabs out there in the West. So Memphis needs to be winning these games. They got a 109-103 win there at Detroit. So pretty solid stuff there for the Grizzlies. And it's time to start asking some questions because Memphis gets this win with Ja Morant sitting this game out. Jaren Jackson Jr., a very solid game from him. Desmond Bane out there balling. Like, is this team better without Ja Morant? That seems like an insane question to ask, but it's been asked multiple times over the course of his career, and I don't think it's that crazy to be asking it right now. Because when he's in there, they have not been playing well recently. Memphis won this game despite shooting 28% from 3, and they won this game despite Cade Cunningham coming back and playing pretty well there for the Pistons. So a nice win there for Memphis. They will certainly take it. In terms of their injury report coming into this one, they are fully healthy. So Ja Morant going to play in this game. Now we'll see which direction that pushes this team in. They're going up against an extremely easy to beat tanking opponent in the Charlotte Hornets, who are only 19-59 on the year. They just lost 131-117 against the Bulls. This is not a good team, guys. The Hornets are terrible. They are losing on purpose at this point, and that's part of how things work here at the end of the NBA season. We see guys like Josh Green probably not going to be playing in this game. Is he confirmed out? Yes, he's confirmed out with that shoulder injury. So, yeah, not even going to be the full-strength B squad there for the Charlotte Hornets. Starting lineup of KJ Simpson, Seth Curry, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, and somebody else shouldn't really scare off a lot of opponents. So, looking at the numbers, the Hornets getting 13.5 points at home. We've got a total of 230 out there. Memphis, 20-18-1 against spread on the road. 22-22-1 against spread after a win. Charlotte, 19-20-1 against spread at home. 25-33 against spread after a loss. It's kind of becoming a system play to fade these hardcore tanking teams. I'm a little bit worried about the Grizzlies just because Ja's coming back, and that's been a weird situation for them recently, but I will take Memphis here to win this game in a blowout just because they need these wins desperately. I don't think they're going to be messing around. The Hornets, obviously a tanking team. They'll be sitting guys after the first half and stuff like that, so go ahead and give me the Grizzlies to get the win here early on. Next on the dock, we're looking at the Chicago Bulls going on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bulls come into this game winners of 3 in a row, beating the Raptors, Blazers, and Hornets. So things have been going pretty well for Chicago. Obviously, down the stretch, they've been a very impressive team. They're still going to be in the play-in out there in the East. There's no way out of that for them, but they could finish as high as the 7th seed, which would be, a nice change. They're 1 game back of the Atlanta Hawks. So they've got their chances here, and they're going to be a team that none of those play-in teams probably feel very comfortable going up against. Because, like I was saying, guys, Chicago's been playing their best ball this season here down the stretch. In that win against the Hornets, we saw Kobe White put up 37 points. Very solid stuff there. Bruzelis, not the best game from him, but Vujacic played well. We saw Kevin Huerter shoot the ball pretty well. Josh Giddey, another great game, guys. 23 points, 10 boards, 8 assists. Bro's balling out there. And the bench for the Bulls obviously doesn't have a ton of big names on it, but dudes are producing. Patrick Williams, 15 points, a plus 25. That will certainly work. So, like I said, a lot of positives right now for the Chicago Bulls. They are putting in that work here down the stretch, and they're looking like a dangerous team once the playoffs or the play-in rolls around, but right now they're not looking super healthy for this game. We see Josh Giddey, Lonzo Ball, Kobe White, and Vujacic all in the injury report, along with Trey Jones and Kevin Huerter. So a lot of big question marks out there. First up, Josh Giddey with his forearm injury is questionable for this game. Lonzo Ball with his wrist issue will not be out there. Kobe White will be rested for this game against the Cavaliers. Vujacic is questionable for injury management. Trey Jones with his foot issue won't be available, and Kevin Huerter won't play either due to a right cervical strain. So, going to be very much the skeleton crew there for the Chicago Bulls as they go on the road to take on the Cavaliers, who are going to be without Donovan Mitchell, at least in this game. They're fresh off a loss against the Kings, but the Cavaliers, not a lot left to play for, guys. They've got a 4-game cushion there over the Boston Celtics, so that is pretty much sewn up. They are going to be the best team in the Eastern Conference this season. Exciting stuff there for the Cavaliers. Not an exciting performance there against the Sacramento Kings, I will say that. Obviously, you see... give it 37 points to Zach LaVine. That's not something you want to be doing for the Cavaliers. They weren't playing anybody super heavy minutes. Evan Mobley, a decent game. Jarrett Allen, a decent game. Obviously, Darius Garland struggled. 1 of 7 from 3. Donovan Mitchell, 1 of 6 from 3. 11 points for Max Strus. The bench, Ty Jerome came back and he played really well, so I guess that's a positive. But Cleveland not exactly peaking at the right time. Coming into this game, we see they're going to play everybody, reportedly, except for Donovan Mitchell. So they should be close to full strength for this game. Obviously, missing Donovan Mitchell is kind of a big deal, but they're going up against a Chicago Bulls team that's pretty much resting everyone. So the Cavaliers here at minus 11.5, looking kind of nice. We've got a total of 239.5. Chicago, 21-17-1 against spread on the road, 15-18-2 against spread after a win. Cleveland, 21-17-1 against spread at home, 6-9 against spread after a loss. I think this is a very reasonable spot to hop on the Cleveland Cavaliers here to win this game convincingly. The Bulls are resting guys. That's going to lead to a lot of really poor play there from the bench from the Chicago Bulls. That's not going to be good. They're getting ready for the play-in. I guess they don't care too much about their seeding. They're just going to go ahead and get out there and do their best to be healthy before the games really start to count. Cleveland's going to have plenty of time to get healthy. They've got lots of time to get Donovan Mitchell healthy. I think they win this game by 12 points at least, the vast majority of the time, in a nice bounce-back spot. Next on the dock, we've got the Washington Wizards going on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers. The Wizards very successfully tanking things out. They just lost by 34 there at Boston, and this is a team that's been great at losing all season long at 17-61 in the year, one of the most successfully tanking teams out there. They come into this game looking fairly healthy, I guess, by their standards. Middleton going to be out for this game, but yeah, not like they're starting real NBA talent, generally speaking. We see Jordan Poole going to be out there, but he'll probably only play like half the game. Sarr is going to be out there. Marcus Smart reportedly going to play off the bench a little bit, but this is not a really serious NBA team as they go on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers, who have 47-31 on the year, still have plenty left to play for, although not too much up in the air still. They're close to locked into that 4 seed out there in the East. So pretty nice for the Pacers to bounce back from a weak first half of the season to end up looking like they will have home court advantage here in the opening round of the playoffs. The Pacers come into this one fresh off a 5-point win there against the Nuggets. That's a solid win, no doubt about that, a solid road win. Now they come back home, though, and they're looking fairly healthy, not super healthy necessarily. We see Siakam and Ben Shepherd both on the injury report. Siakam, guys, that elbow issue is questionable for this game. I kind of tend to doubt they'll bring him back here against the Wizards. And Ben Shepherd is questionable there with that toe issue. I think it's also kind of, it would be kind of surprising if they bring him back against the Wizards. So, looks like it probably won't be the full-strength Pacers, but obviously it's never the full-strength Wizards anymore. Despite that, Indiana, 18.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 238.5. Washington, 15-21-2 against spread on the road. 24-34-2 against spread after a loss. The Pacers 17-18-3 against the spread at home, 18-27-1 against the spread after a win. This feels really dirty, guys, but I'm actually shading just a bit towards the Wizards and the points. This isn't a game I'm super interested in. I could understand your logic behind wanting to back the Pacers as well because the Wizards are intentionally tanking, but almost 20 points as even in an NBA game is a lot. So give me the Wizards in this one, but as the smallest of small leans. Next up, guys, we've got a possible play-in preview out there in the Eastern Conference between the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic. The Hawks come into this game fresh off of a nice 13-point win against the Jazz, but my God, it took them a lot. A 147-134 win in that one. The Hawks are currently in the 8th seed. The Magic are currently in the 7th seed. So two teams very likely to collide out there in the play-in situation in the Eastern Conference. The Hawks have been playing pretty mediocre down the stretch, honestly. They've lost 3 in a row, falling to the Blazers, Mavs, and Knicks. And, losing to the Mavs by 2, I guess, was okay, but losing convincingly against the Blazers doesn't look great, and getting blown out there by the Knicks also doesn't look fantastic. I don't really care too much. You were able to put up 147 points against the Jazz's G League team. Like, you are not playing great right now if you're the Atlanta Hawks. In terms of their injury report, Trae Young's on there, but he's always on there. We do fully expect him to play in this game. He's listed as probable, and he's always on the injury report. This is a fairly talented team. They should be doing a little bit better than they are. We'll see what they can do going up against the Orlando Magic in a preview of what could be a very important matchup for these two teams. Orlando getting closer and closer to 500 on the season. They're 38-40 on the year. Kind of sad for a team that looked like it was going to be so good there in their early goings. A 109-97 win at the Wizards their last time out will definitely work, but that's a game you're supposed to win every single time, and they do get the win, so congrats to them. They do, make sure they take care of business there. The Magic come into this game looking fully healthy. That's a big deal at this time of year. Obviously, not having Mo Wagner down the stretch of the season has hurt them, but what has hurt them more is just their overall lack of outside shooting. That's a huge problem they're definitely going to have to address in the offseason. But when you've got Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero out there, you always have a chance. Look at the numbers for this game. The odds makers like Orlando here at home. They're -4.5. We've got a total of 225 out there. The Hawks 21-17 against spread on the road, 19-17 against spread after a win. Orlando 19-19-1 against spread at home, 18-19 against the spread coming off of a win over the course of this season. Like I said, guys, this is a very interesting play-in preview spot in the season series so far. I mean, these teams still have 2 games left to play against each other. We saw the Hawks win game 1. We saw the Magic win game 2. In this one, give me the Atlanta Hawks here getting 4.5 points. I know they haven't been playing amazing necessarily down the stretch, but this is a team that can actually score the ball. They can shoot threes. That is something we do not see out of the Orlando Magic. I think the Hawks' road numbers are also very reasonable to throw in here. They're above 500 against the spread on the road. That's super helpful. I think the Hawks have enough here to slow down Banchero and to slow down Franz Wagner at least a little bit, and that will lead this to being a very close game down the stretch. And if it ends up in a high-scoring game where the Orlando Magic are trying to get up and down there with the Hawks, that's not in the Magic's favor either. So give me Atlanta getting 4.5 on the road in this game. Next on the docket, we're looking at the New Orleans Pelicans going on the road to take on the Brooklyn Nets. This is a tale of 2 tanking teams, guys, becoming all too familiar to us here down the stretch this season. The Pelicans 21-57 on the year. They've lost 3 in a row, and those games have not been close except for their last one against the Bucks. They did show some fight, eventually losing 111-107, but they put out some effort. At least we got to give them credit for that. We saw not a lot of there's not a lot of super recognizable names that are getting started out there for the Pelicans at this point, but Antonio Reeves, a very nice night for him. A +3, 23 points from him, a couple double-digit scores coming off the bench as well. The Pelicans shot almost 40% from 3. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the free throw line, but they did a good job keeping things close to even on the boards. They even slowed down Giannis. Giannis didn't play in that game. Never mind. Now, there was one key, pretty huge advantage there for the Pelicans. Giannis did not suit up for that game there for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, definitely something to be taken into consideration there. The Pelicans come into this game in terms of their injury report looking pretty banged up, guys. A lot of dudes on the injury report. It's shuffling people in and out of the door there. It's getting pretty messy to even try and keep track of. We see Jose Alvarado with his calf issue questionable, Kelly Olynyk questionable, really just not an NBA caliber squad being ran out there by the Pelicans. Now, on the other side, we're looking at the Brooklyn Nets. They come into this game 25-53 on the year. They've lost 2 in a row, and not exactly having a great time out there. They're tanking out the end of the season, so if you have a good time, watch your team lose a bunch and improve their draft stock, then sure, I guess you're doing what you need to be doing. Their injury report is a disaster as well. We see D'Angelo Russell, Keon Johnson, Cameron Johnson, among others, Day'Ron Sharpe, all listed as probably out for this game. Are those all confirmed outs? It is looking like they are. Those are correct. Yeah, those are all guys who will not be suiting up for this game. So going to be far and away not the A team there for the Brooklyn Nets. Two very, very banged up teams, guys. The Nets are -2 in this game. We've got a total of 214 out there. The Pelicans, 20-27 against spread on the road. That's an NBA worst mark against spread on the road. They're 24-31-1 against spread after a loss. Brooklyn, 16-22 against spread at home, but 27-24-1 against spread after a loss this season. I'm going to side with the Brooklyn Nets here. They've got a couple of NBA caliber talents that they're putting out there. I think Nick Claxton, Zaire Williams could both have big games in this one. So, yeah, give me a good hard look there at the Brooklyn Nets at -2. It doesn't feel great to be backing a tanking team, but this one could legitimately end up in the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we're looking at one of the marquee games of the night. We've got the Boston Celtics going on the road to take on the New York Knicks. The Celtics come into this game 58-20 on the year. They've been playing great here down the stretch, winning 9 out of their last 10 overall. They are still 4 games back there of the Cavaliers, so not going to be catching Cleveland, it doesn't look like. But we can be pretty happy if we are Boston Celtics fans because they are just reeling off win after win. They did lose that weird game against the Heat. Gotta at least mention that was a bad loss, but this has been a good team down the stretch this year. There's no doubt about it, and the Celtics are one of the scariest teams out there in the NBA in general. A lot of people are penciling them into the NBA Finals after what we've seen from Cleveland here down the stretch. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I don't necessarily think they're too far wrong. They blew out the Wizards, blew out the Suns over their last couple of games. Not a lot of major concerns, but we are concerned when we look at their injury report, guys. We see tons and tons of question marks. Everybody in the starting lineup is at least questionable, if not listed as straight up out for this game. We start off there with Derek White, guys. He is listed as probable due to a sprained right big toe. So it sounds like Derek White is going to suit it up. He is going to go. Drew Holiday also probable with a right shoulder impingement. So apparently he's going to play. Jaylen Brown questionable with that knee issue. I'll be honest, I'd be a little bit surprised to see Jaylen Brown out there. Jason Tatum with his ankle issue is also questionable. I would once again be a little bit surprised to see him out there. Porzingis questionable due to a non-COVID illness. There's no way Bro plays in this game. They are going to want to put Porzingis in bubble wrap until the playoffs start. Maybe even past the first round. They don't need to be risking him. And Horford with his knee issue is ruled out for this game officially. So we'll see who they're going to be facing here going up against the New York Knicks, who are 50-28 on the season. The Knicks find themselves basically locked into the 3 seed there. Not a whole lot to worry about there if you're the Knicks, but you do want to be playing well going into the playoffs. And they have won 5 out of their last 6. So very positive stuff there for the Knicks. The question marks for the Knicks are who's going to be healthy for them as well. It looks like Brunson and McBride both on the injury report. Brunson with his ankle issue listed as probable for this game. I think he'll play, and I don't think he'll play too severely limited of minutes. We'll see. He only played 34 minutes his last time out. I think Tibbs actually is throttling guys' minutes down a little bit here, so we'll see how that goes. Miles McBride with his groin issue also listed as probable. He played against the Suns, played 16 minutes, and shot the ball really well, so we'll see if he, how many minutes he gets in this game. He'll definitely get some. I don't think it'll be a ton, but I think he'll definitely get some. Looking at the numbers for this game, we see the Knicks are getting 2 points here at home. We've got a total of 221.5. Boston 20-18-1 against spread on the road, 20-36-1 against spread after a win. The Knicks 20-18-1 against spread at home, 22-26-1 against spread after a win. I think this is a good spot to take the Knicks at +2. Got to keep a very close eye on that injury report. If it turns out Porzingis is playing, that would change things, and it would especially change things if we see Tatum and Brown end up suiting up for this game. I really think the Celtics would be pretty crazy to suit them up for this one. There's really just no point at this point in the season for them to be playing in this matchup. So give me the Knicks here at +2. Banking on that injury news, I think this is a very solid play, though. I think the Knicks have much more to prove here. The Celtics have nothing to prove. They're the defending champions. They're going to be just fine. The Knicks, not a team that everybody's taking very seriously right now. Next up, guys, looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Timberwolves come into this game winners over the last 5 in a row. A 5-point win over the 76ers the last time out doesn't exactly fill you with confidence about this team heading into the playoffs, but they did win, so that's what really counts in the end. They're up to 46-32 on the year, so that's respectable. They are tied up with everybody else in that whole mess out there in the Western Conference, so these are games that desperately matter to this team. You don't want to end up in the play-in out there in the West. You can end up in the play-in with a team like the Warriors in there, or the Grizzlies could turn things around, or Anthony Davis on the Dallas Mavericks could really jump out and surprise you. So yeah, you really don't want to end up in the play-in, and you really don't want to end up facing the Oklahoma City Thunder until as late as you can possibly put that matchup off. So, going to be a high-effort game there for the Timberwolves. Obviously, they've been winning games, maybe not convincingly. Their injury report looks very clear coming into this one. Nobody important sitting this game out for the Timberwolves. They're going to be rested and ready to go after, that win, albeit a close one there against the 76ers. Anthony Edwards playing taking some pretty, we'll say, aggressive shot selections in that game. All over Twitter, him shooting that three over that double team. But bro ended up with 37 points. He made that shot. I don't think we have to worry about him too much here as they go on the road to take on the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 44-34 on the year. They've won their last 4 in a row. A close game against the Pelicans their last time out, but that was without Giannis. So going to cut him a lot of slack for that one. The Milwaukee Bucks find themselves right now sitting in the 5 seed. They are only 1 game up on the Detroit Pistons for the 6 seed. So a little battle going on there. Those two teams can kind of dictate who they want to play in the first round. Do you want to play the Knicks or do you want to play the Pacers in the first round? Worth thinking about, worth considering which matchup you find the most favorable for yourself there. So we'll see what the Bucks want to do here. Looking at their injury report, it appears we could be seeing Giannis come back for this game. Yeah, he's listed as probable, so it sounds like he's going to play. That's a step in the right direction, but is him playing going to be enough here? You do have to contend with Rudy Gobert there once you make it to the rim if you're Giannis. That can make things a little bit more difficult, but we just saw Giannis hit that insane 20 assist game. He put up a 20 assist game, 11, 20, and 10 assist games over the last 3 times he's played. Like, crazy stuff. His teammates are actually knocking down shots for a change too. That makes a big difference there, especially in those assist numbers. So the Bucks here, they're getting 3.5 points at home. We've got a total of 222.5. Minnesota 21-18 against the spread on the road, 22-23 against spread after a win. Milwaukee 19-18-1 against spread at home, 22-21-1 against the spread after a win. Guys, I am definitely taking the Minnesota Timberwolves here on the road to win this game by at least 4. The Milwaukee Bucks have one good player. If Minnesota can come with any sort of game plan to either limit Giannis a little bit or limit all the others, or if just all the others don't shoot the lights out from 3, which they haven't historically done, generally speaking, they've just done it a little bit recently, I think we see Minnesota pull away and win this one very comfortably. The Timberwolves have a decent bench, much better than the Bucks bench. The Bucks have one good player. I would say the Timberwolves have like one good player in Anthony Edwards and like half a good player in a couple different guys. So yeah, just go ahead and give me the Timberwolves here to win this game by at least 4 points. Next up, guys, we have a rematch of a very lopsided game that was kind of hard to see being super lopsided. We've got the Los Angeles Lakers going on the road to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers went into OKC and got a blowout 126-99 win over the Thunder just the other day. Crazy stuff there. Limited SGA to 26 points, but Luka went nuts out there. 30 points from Luka, 19 from LeBron, 20 from Austin Reeves. The Lakers shot the absolute lights out, guys. They went 22 of 40 from 3. That's 55% out there for all you math whizzes. That was crazy work. They severely limited the Oklahoma City Thunder there. Defensively, they played really well out there. Great stuff there from the Lakers. They have to feel very optimistic after that game. They had Dorian Finney-Smith putting up 14 off the bench. Gabe Vincent putting up 12 off the bench. Everybody on the bench putting up positive plus-minus numbers. It was a crazy night out there for the Lakers. Now, can you expect that to continue if you're the Los Angeles Lakers? Well, we're going to see, guys. They come into this game looking like they are going to absolutely be taking their foot off the gas. We see Doncic, Reeves, Hachimura, and LeBron all on the injury report. All of a sudden, the Lakers get that win, and they decide it's time to rest people. Luka, questionable due to a groin strain. Austin Reeves, questionable due to a sprained right ankle. Rui Hachimura, out for this game officially due to that knee issue. And LeBron, questionable due to a groin strain as well. What were him and Luka doing to both get groin strains? But anyway, that seems like a kind of manufactured, made-up injury report there from the Lakers, who after getting that win, now want to rest everyone. So we'll see what the Thunder's response is here, guys. They've got to have a very bad taste in their mouth, losing at the Rockets and then losing against the Lakers. A couple of teams they could very conceivably see down the road here in the playoffs. The Thunder are a very good team. They just did not play well against the Lakers in their last game. I mean, a bad day there from pretty much everybody. I mean, Hartenstein, fine. He did okay, but just not a lot of offense out there. Jalen Williams coming up small is a big concern. He's somebody they're going to depend on in the playoffs if SGA is getting like doubled and stuff like that. Not a great shooting day there from Dort, and not a great shooting day in general from this Thunder team. They're going to look to crank up the intensity there defensively as well, but are they going to even get the chance here? I mean, it looks like the Lakers are going to be resting everyone. Looks like the Thunder are pretty much not going to be resting everyone, which is a little bit of an interesting idea, but they are a young team. They're fully healthy. Might as well keep the guys sharp. The Thunder are 13.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 225.5. The Lakers, 17-19-2 against spread on the road, 27-19-1 against spread after a win, but they're playing the B squad out there, guys, so we'll see how that goes. The Thunder, 26-12-2 against spread at home, 7-6-1 against spread after a loss. I'll go ahead and take the Thunder here to get the blowout win and cover in a bounce-back spot against the backups there for the Lakers, but this doesn't feel good. I feel like the Lakers are doing a major disservice to the league by resting everyone in this game. I understand the logic behind it. It just sucks for those of us who would love to watch a very good game. And for the Thunder to have a huge revenge spot here would be cool as well, but looks like the Lakers are going to be robbing us of that by resting everyone, which I think is a very interesting thing to do here. You're in the 3 seed, guys, and you're only a game and a half up on the Denver Nuggets and 2 games up on everybody else in the entire Western Conference. So we'll see how that goes for the Lakers, but I'll be on the Thunder in this one. Next on the docket, guys, we got a very important game between the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors are going on the road here. They're 46-32 on the year, fresh off of a pretty tough loss, a 106-96 loss there against the Rockets, which interesting basketball game to watch, if you ask me. It was pretty wild out there to see the Rockets just being allowed to like bear hug Curry, hold him, push him, chip him, like everything you could possibly want to do to stop a guy from moving off the ball. It was very, very nuts. Pretty crazy stuff to me that they're allowed to do that, but I don't know. The refs were swallowing the whistle. Curry shot, I believe it was 0 free throws in the entire game, which is just absolutely, 0 free throws. 1 of 8 from 3, 1 of 10 from the field, 3 points. Crazy stuff, what they were allowed to do to that man out there on the basketball court. It was nuts, but the Warriors do take the loss. They don't shoot the ball terrible from 3. We see Podziemski continuing to play well. That's a great sign. Jimmy Butler not doing that much to affect the outcome of the game. That's a concern, but Buddy Hield and Gary Payton II both playing well. Bodes well there for the Warriors, who are going to need those 2 guys to come up big in the playoffs. So we'll see what they can do in this one. Obviously a huge bounce back game for the Warriors in general, but especially for Steph Curry. They need to be winning these games. They're part of that whole mess out there in the West, tied with basically from 4 through 8, these teams are all tied. So we'll see how it goes. The Warriors in desperate need of this win. So are the Phoenix Suns. So they come into this game 35-43 on the year. Unfortunately for the Suns, they are now almost eliminated from playoff contention. And you can thank an ankle injury to Kevin Durant, and more importantly, you can thank the organizational terrorism of Bradley Beal refusing to be traded away from the Phoenix Suns. How a guy like that ends up with a no trade clause really speaks to how desperate a team like the Wizards would be to keep any sort of someone who's at least perceived as a star-level NBA talent, which Bradley Beal clearly is not even close to anymore. Last time out, the Suns lost 112-98 against the Knicks. Devin Booker put up a 40-piece, but just not enough out there because bro got no help. Bradley Beal put up 16 points, was a -12, 0 of 5 from 3, and that was coming off a game where I believe he scored 0 points. So, Bradley Beal, max player in the NBA. Pretty wild stuff. Just not a lot of help out there for Devin Booker right now for the Suns. It's gotten very, very bleak out there. Looking at their injury report, it doesn't appear that Kevin Durant is going to be back, and why would he bother to come back? He's been officially ruled out for this game. So, it's just Devin Booker out there by himself with Bradley Beal casually throwing up air balls. So, good luck out there if you're a Suns fan, guys. The Suns are getting 7 points here at home. We've got a total of 228. The Warriors, 21-16-2 against spread on the road, 18-11-2 against spread after a loss. The Suns, 14-23-1 against spread at home, 20-22 against spread after a loss. Guys, give me the Warriors here at -7. Huge bounce back spot. I think they hammer the Suns in this one. I'm not expecting Bradley Beal to suddenly become good at basketball. That would be a pretty big shock. I'm expecting Steph Curry to not get defended by people literally assaulting him in this game. I think we'll see a big bounce back game from him. I would take Curry over 30 points in this game. No problem for me at all. And I think the Warriors will get a comfortable walk away win and cover here as they try and put themselves in the best playoff position. Last but not least here, guys, we're looking at the San Antonio Spurs going on the road to take on the LA Clippers. The Spurs come into this game 32-46 on the year, fresh off of an 11-point loss there at the Trailblazers. This Spurs team obviously got derailed there by the injuries or medical issues. I don't even know if you want to call a deep vein thrombosis an injury or not, to Wembanyama, and then the injury to De'Aaron Fox. This is going to be a very scary team next year, but right now, scary is not a word I would use to describe them. They've lost, up to now, 8 out of their last 9 or something like that, and it's been pretty brutal, but this team has the brightest of bright futures, assuming Wembanyama can come back and be fine. Right now, still starting Chris Paul. That doesn't feel amazing, but we'll see what Chris Paul wants to do with his life next season, if he wants to keep playing or go into coaching or take some time off, for God's sake. But we'll see. Sohan out for this game, but other than that, the Spurs are healthy here as they go on the road to take on the Clippers, who are fresh off a 135-104 win there against the Mavericks. They comfortably handled Dallas in each of those 2 games there, that 2-game series at home for the Clippers, and they get to stay at home now to play the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers are out there, guys. They are part of that whole mess out there in the Western Conference, so these are must-win games for the Clippers, who come into this one obviously playing very, very well. They're almost fully healthy for this game. The notable problem could be Kawhi Leonard. He's listed as questionable with that knee issue. He did play 25 minutes is all against Dallas and was great. 29 points in 25 minutes is crazy work. Dude is playing at an insane level. They just want to keep him healthy for the playoffs. And if he can go on a playoff, if they can go on a playoff run and he can stay healthy, the ceiling is very high. Very high indeed for this team. The Clippers are 12.5-point favorites. We've got a total of 227.5 out there. The Spurs 16-20-22 against spread on the road, 24-21 against spread after a loss. But the Clippers are 27-12 against spread at home. That's an NBA best against the spread mark at home. They're also 27-18 against spread after a win. I'm definitely taking the Clippers to get the win and cover in this one, guys. It seems like a no-brainer to me. Whether Kawhi plays or not, the Clippers are going to have their way with this Spurs team that doesn't have anything to play for right now. They do occasionally play hard. Don't get me wrong. Some of these losses have been close, but the majority of them have not been that close. And if you can lose at the Trailblazers by 11, you can certainly lose at the Clippers by at least 13. That's all the games we have for today, guys. Hit that like button for good luck on all your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Get over to stumpthespread.com. Get on that free email list. Absolutely, for sure. All kinds of cool information will be coming out about the Masters and all kinds of stuff leading up to the NBA playoffs. Major League Baseball picks have been on fire, so consider signing up for the premium picks as well. Thanks for watching. Get in the comments. Let me know anything you want to say about me or these videos. My voice is almost shot, guys, so I'm going to sign off. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more sports betting action.